Hi. So first of all, apologies to anyone who has been waiting for me to do a video. Tumbleweed. I have been really busy with some of my other projects at the moment. If you follow me over on Twitter, you'll know that I've recently taken on an editorial role with Candisha Press. So I've been working on some new projects over there with Jill and starting to edit the stories for volume 4, so lots of exciting stuff coming out of Candisha soon. And I've also been working really hard getting my stories ready for my debut collection, which is, fingers crossed, almost ready to go to formatting and for blurbs and all that kind of stuff, and I'm hoping to be able to get that to reviewers around about end of May time, something like that. So fingers crossed that all works out. I've got some amazing people to potentially blurb it. The cover art so far is just absolutely phenomenal. I'm so excited. At the minute there are 17 stories in that collection. 2 have been previously published, 2 of my most favourites. Footsteps, which is in Diabolica Botanica and is now up for a Splatterpunk Award. Woo! And They, which is one of my own personal favourite stories, that is in Glenn's Alien Agenda sampler. So I've been super busy with that really. Once you add into the reviews and things that I'm doing for Scream and Horror DNA, and I've been working on a few bits and pieces with Andrew on the Horror Oasis, suddenly I looked and I hadn't done a video for ages. So I thought to myself, what can I do? What should I do? And what I should do is a book haul. I haven't had hundreds of books, which has actually been quite good because I've still got quite a few review books to get through, and I'm not reading so much at the moment by doing all the extra writing and stuff. So anyway, I will start with a few things that I have bought. So I always fully admit when I haven't read something that everybody else has, you know, the whole jumping on the bandwagon, and I'm often late to the party in real life as well. So I had watched a few episodes but hadn't read and haven't finished the series either of You by Caroline Kepnes, and I happened to be chatting to her on Twitter, and she is absolutely wonderful, really funny, down-to-earth person for all of her fame within the community. And I thought to myself, do you know what? People keep saying how amazing the book is, and I'm sure that I would enjoy it. So I bought the first 2. So I've got obviously the first one, You, which didn't come with the lovely Jo on the front, and then I bought the second one in the series as well, Hidden Bones. And everyone said, oh, as soon as you start, and yeah, this is true, because I'm almost done with the first one, and it is just as fantastic as everybody said it would be. So I'm kind of mad at myself for being so late to it, but also really enjoying it. And the only thing that's stopped me from finishing it like within a day is because I've got so many review books to read as well. But if for some reason you haven't read anything by Caroline, then sort that out and get something. Thoroughly recommend them. Okay. Next up was a couple of things that have been sent from Flametree. Always excited to get anything from Flametree, and when this came through the door, just look how absolutely beautiful it is. And one of the things with Flametree is their covers are always quite simple and yet utterly breathtaking at the same time. And I'm slightly biased because turquoise and that kind of colour is my absolute favourite. Anything like sea green, bluey greeny sort of colour is just beautiful, isn't it? And that just is stunning with the red. So Queen of the, I want to say Cicadas, is that right? Please tell me that's right. Okay, Queen of the Cicadas by the wonderful V Castro, and I am really looking forward to that. And this one is an arc as well that's not out until June, so I shall be jumping on that one as soon as I can. I'll likely be on the blog tour for that one. And then this one also is one that I am on the blog tour for, last day of March I think, which is, and it's hardback. Again, Flametree hardbacks are just, oh, gorgeous. So this is Your Turn to Suffer, from the wonderful Tim Wagner. Again, I've started this. Oh, for some reason my bookmark's not in it, but I'm only a few chapters in, like maybe 3 or 4 chapters in, because I had another one which is due for review tomorrow, which I need to finish before, but already really enjoying it, and I've always enjoyed anything I've read of Tim, so looking forward to, once I finish the one that is due for tomorrow, this is the one that I will be mainly focusing on. Loving that. Again, very simple but stunning front cover. And then the guys at Silver Shamrock, the guys at Ken, what am I on? I never really expect Ken to send me physical books because obviously being over in the UK, it costs so much more, and he's very graciously sent me several ebooks as ARCs, and for review and for when Ben and I have spoken to people. And then there was a knock on the door, a nice Amazon delivery, and I was thinking, I'm always buying Amazon stuff, and sometimes I don't always remember what it is. I wonder what it can be. And this appeared. So Ben and I are actually talking to David Barclay tomorrow. So this is the first one that I dove into. And coincidentally, this is also the one that I need to finish because I'm reviewing this for Horror DNA. This is great. I'd not read anything from David before, and I knew that it was witchy, and it's brilliant. So it's kind of Salem-y time, probably a bit later than that actually, but yeah, so it's basically about a girl that is accused of being a witch and all the stuff that goes on. And I've even got my Salem bookmark in there. Yeah, I'm just over halfway through. It's just taken a quite violent turn, but so far really enjoying it. It reads of the time, if that makes sense, you know, so it's not a modernized version of the setting or anything. It's yeah, really enjoying it. And look, it's only quite short, which when you need to talk to the authors about their work and when you're reading it for review as well, it makes a big difference. Again, another beautiful cover. Silver Shamrock covers are always absolutely gorgeous as well. They're ones that are always more detailed but still beautiful. And one of the things I love most about the Silver Shamrock stuff is the pictures inside. You see that? And usually is all the same illustrations all the way through, like in Tim's books, The Dead Daughters, it was the guy driving all the way through, and Wormwood was like the pig head all the way through. But this one, just looking out the window, all the workmen have appeared outside, hoping they're not going to make a racket while I'm doing this. Anyway, this one's actually got different pictures all the way through, but it's really cool. So enjoying that, thank you. And then this guy, the lovely Kenneth Kane, Ben and I actually spoke to him a few weeks ago, so that video is on this channel if you search back, and we talked to him about this book, From Death Reborn, and this was the book that Kenneth has been working on for the last like 10 years or something, and then finally it all just clicked. So and it's kind of like it's got all like the 7 circles of hell and all that kind of stuff in it, so I'm looking forward to getting into this one at some point. And look at that again, just that cover art, it's just always so beautiful, so beautiful. And again, it's got the different pictures all the way through. So it's just one of those little things that just makes the inside of the book just feel just even nicer. And then the last book that Ken very kindly sent over was this one, Farallon, I want to say, hopefully that's right, Farallon Island by Russell James. And Russell is going to be the person that Ben and I talk to next after David tomorrow, which should be in a couple of weeks' time. So it's quite fortuitous that I've got this one to hopefully be able to read before we actually talk to Russell. And this one looks quite good. So Prohibition time, this one. So that should be quite interesting. And of course, having read and loved Saltblood so much, which was set on an island, and I know this is completely different, but it's hard to not compare sometimes, so it'll be interesting to see exactly what this involves. So as another one which I'm looking forward to reading. So thank you very much, Ken, for sending me those. And then because it has just been St Patrick's Day, and obviously being called Silver Shamrock Publishing, Ken did a 99cents 99p ebook sale. And who's not going to take advantage of that? So I was very good, and I only bought 4, but the ones I bought I just cannot wait. So I got Coffin Shadows, which is by Glenn Rolfe and Mark Steensland. I got the Essential Six Stuff by Ronald Kelly. Patrick and Brennan from Dead Headspace absolutely rave about Ronald Kelly, and I've just never read anything of his. So I'm very much looking forward to having something and starting that, especially as it's called the Essential Six Stuff. And I've got a feeling that, was that one up for one of the Splatterpunks? I think it might have been, so it sounds like it's going to be right up my alley as well. I got In the Scrape by James Newman and Mark Steensland again. James Newman is just absolutely fantastic writer. I recently just read, after watching The Final Guys, the special, the novella that they wrote, and there's a film made about it now, and I liked it so much that it actually inspired me to write a short story, kind of like an homage to it, which is going to be in my collection, which at the moment is called Paradise City. But my take on it, because you don't want to copy something, because that's not right, is it? And so my version of the Dick in the Box, which is basically what their story is some teenage boys that find a magical hole in a tree, and then what happens with it. And I sent it to James. I was so nervous, because when you kind of do anything like that, because you've been inspired by someone that is, he was just like, I'm just a normal dude, and he's so lovely, he is just a normal dude, but also he's a brilliant writer. And I always get really, really nervous about sending something like that to someone whose work that I admire, and he really enjoyed it. He said, you've got skills. What can I say? Anyway, and then I also got, which is one that I've been eyeing up for a long time anyway, The Lupin Project by Alan Leverone, I'm going to say, because it's werewolf, I think, with a name like The Lupin Project, and it's got a wolf on the front, must be. Anyway, it looks good, so I was really pleased to get those. And then a few other ebooks that I've managed to get myself over the last couple of weeks since I did one of these. Flametree are always having 99p 99cent sales as well, and the majority of the time, because Flametree are so good to me, as you can see, Flametree. And most of the time I've already got the book, but very occasionally there's something that has slipped past me and I haven't got yet. And Siren and the Spectre by the wonderful Jonathan Jans was on sale for 99p, so it's like instant buy. I got, I recently have reviewed DOA 2, and I've completely forgotten who I want to say Blood Books, that's probably wrong, I'll put a link down below who the publisher was for it. And it's basically an anthology of extreme horror, and there were some big names in there. There was Ketchum was in there, and there were a couple more bigger names, Ruff James White and a few people like that. But actually there are a couple of stories in there that I really, really, really enjoyed was Christopher Triana's, and I'm such a fangirl of Christopher Triana at the moment. Everything I've read of his has been absolutely amazing and spot on. Big fan. Anyway, and then the other really good story in there was K. Trap Jones. His story about hunting witches was fantastic. I absolutely loved it, and I'm actually reviewing that. Sent the review in already for Scream Magazine. And when I spoke to the publisher, I'm so sorry, I've forgotten exactly who it was. I needed a high-res photo for it, and they very kindly sent me as well DOA 3, so I shall be looking forward to digging into that. And I've seen that there's some nice well-known names within there, including in Ed Lee, I think, so I shall enjoy that. There was another sale. There's been so many sales at the moment, and I always jump on those. Again, most of the time when Hunter put something on sale. I've already got it. But his Devil's Fingers, which is one of his novellas that's like part of one of his series, that was on sale for, I think it was like 71p, because sometimes when things go on sale and they're 99 cents and 99 pence, which is fine, still less than a quid, isn't it? And then sometimes when it's 99 cents, it comes down to the English equivalent, which was for this one 71p. You can't go wrong for a Hunter Shea book for 71p. I was straight on that one. Okay, I think that's all the ones that I have bought, apart from DOA, which the publisher has sent me. And then I've just got a few arcs that I've had, and I'll save the best for last. So I have got Graham from Horrific Tales has sent me his newest acquisition for the publisher, which is called Wild Hunters by Stuart R. Brogan. And it is kind of like a Nordic version of Dog Soldiers, and instead of werewolves, it's like all the Nordic monsters. So that sounds awesome. Looking forward to that. Lovely Sadie has sent me Sweet Evil by Charles Michael Platt, which is an older book that they have acquired through Death's Head Press. It's one of their, it's obviously extreme, and I think it's one of these ones that's kind of, I don't think it was banned or anything, but it's had like a lot of talk about it because it's extremely violent. I think there's a lot of sexual violence and stuff in it, which is why it's classed as extreme horror. But everything I've read so far from Death's Head Press, even ones that have been kind of like, that have people on, like some people are like, oh, and then some people are like, oh, I've always been on the side of, yay, this is awesome. So I'm looking forward to that. And then finally, I managed to get my hands on August's Eyes by Glenn Rolfe, which is obviously his latest from Flametree. I had banned myself from Netgalley because I was getting into trouble because with myself, because you go on there and you're like, oh, want, and then when they see that you review for various people, you get it's like sometimes you're even auto approved, and then suddenly you've got like 20 books and you think to yourself. So I banned myself from it because I get sent way too many things to be able to cope with anyway. And then I hear the rumour that August's Eyes is going to be uploaded onto Netgalley, and I'd wanted a hard copy because everyone loves a physical book, and I love Glenn's work so much. I kind of wanted to read it in paperback, but I spoke to the guys at Flametree and they won't be getting the hard copies probably until like June time, so I allowed myself just for this once to go back onto Netgalley and was like waiting. As soon as it appeared, boom, approved, and I read it within 24 hours. I don't want to say too much because I'm privileged to review for some pretty big operations such as Scream and Horror DNA, amongst some other amazing people that allow me to put stuff on their platforms. I thought to myself, where can I review August's Eyes that's going to get the most eyes on it, which is going to give us what's going to give this book the biggest kind of audience, and I think that will have to be Scream magazine. So I can't say too much apart from it's given me issues because it could be the best thing I've ever read of his, and I've always said that Blood and Rain was my favourite. And then I wasn't sure whether Until Summer Comes Around was my favourite, and now I'm not sure about this. And when you read it, because you have to read it, it's different from Glenn's stuff I've read so far. It's almost a thriller, and it reminded me in parts of a Lahane even. It was definitely dark, there was some very dark material, but it certainly wasn't splatterpunky or gory or any of that kind of stuff, which didn't make it any less creepy or you know, it was still absolutely outstanding, character driven. You felt like you were in the story, plot was perfect, dialogue, everything. It's Glenn, so for me everything was perfect, and I absolutely devoured it as quickly as I could. I even woke up, I got it on the Friday, I was angry that I had to adult and do things, you know, through the afternoon and evening, so I couldn't finish it. And then it was a Saturday, I actually woke up like at about 6 o'clock so that I could just get on and read it. So that tells you, because Mama likes her sleep on the weekend. And I was like, no, I'm not going back to sleep, I'm getting up and I'm finishing this book. So that's how good it was. Anyway, that's me. So that is over on Netgalley for people to request, and I'm hoping some more people are going to read it soon so we can discuss, because it was just so good. He's done it again. There's a reason that Glenn's my favourite writer, and I'll read his shopping list, so you know, that's that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and listening to me waffle, as always. There'll be another video up over the next few days, because Ben and I are talking to David Barclay tomorrow. I have been tagged by the lovely Vic LeMay in a booktuber tag video, so hopefully I'm going to be doing that soon too, but I have to get on with my editing now, so I will speak to you soon. Bye!